really dove into it head on, like I always do into life. That's just me, you know, as I dive into fear, I dive into whatever it is that's standing in front of me, because, you know, got to go through that.
It hasn't worked to do the other.
It hasn't worked. When it doesn't, you know, and I was telling Lily that in my life, when I don't do that, the amplified energy is so intense that I get to experience something 10 times more painful. That if I'm willing to surrender and heal and go into the pain and go to the source of it and come out the other side and wait then for divine source to provide me the answers, because divine source will, on his timing or its timing or her timing, not mine. You know, and that's one of the things that I'm learning, to be patient. You know, to sit still and be patient, and still, like Lily today, she was out there, she's empty. It was really fun.
Missing in action.
She was missing in action.
I get really goofy. When I'm missing in action, I laugh about everything.
It's very cool. But the truth is that if you don't go through this process, you know, what you're left with is a lot of empty holes in yourself that get deeper and deeper and harder and harder. You know, and my eyes have changed. Yesterday I had an incredible experience, because I dreamt the night before. I told about Lily about this incredible dream, and I saw myself exactly like I was in the dream, in Lily's room. I mean, there was this incredible transformation. My hair, there was like golden strands on my hair. I could see the gold strands, you know, talk about, you know,
following the gold
vein. And my eyes had completely shifted to this incredible, I look at them this morning, there's this incredible depth and light in my eyes that I didn't have before. You know, that it's
significant. I noticed it immediately. It's beautiful.
It's just very, very significant. And the other thing that I saw myself, which now is going to happen very quickly, is I was looking in the mirror and my body started to shrink. To shrink to what I call my ideal weight. You know, and that's starting to happen. And it's just so amazing how, when you're willing to surrender, all the things that you want in your life, that you desire, start to come into play. And then the other big piece that I was telling Lily that I want to share with you guys is I was sitting there, and I have a day job besides this job, obviously, to support me, because this one we're in the process of having it support me, you know, and having it support Lily and so many other of my guests that come to my shows, because I'm creating this incredible web portal that's going to do that. And, you know, and what happened is I was sitting there and Lily has the most incredible room in her house that is designed for having that kind of experience, where if you surrender and let go, divinity comes there and embraces you, pretty much, you know. It's just an incredible experience that I had yesterday by allowing. And what occurred in that experience, and what I had the realization of, is that and I don't know if this is going to ring true for any of you, but I hope it does. I have put my power, my thought of, you know, my boss is my source of money. My husband, ex-husband, was my source of money, source of food, source of sex, source of all of it. And the truth is that is a complete and utter illusion. And when you put that power on another human being, just keep in mind they're another human being, and especially if they're not a human being that is God already in its God state, because that human being in its God-given state would come to you and say,
don't do it.
Don't do it. What are you doing?
That human being, even in his or her God state, is not your source.
It isn't.
And that is the classic significance of the transference, but it's the significance of the sacred text that tells us that we build our house on a sand, and when the rains come and the winds come up, it washes away. There's only one way to build your house on the solid foundation, and that is that source, creator, has to be the only one, and is the only one with the power and the right to determine our value. That opinion is the only one that counts.
Right.
It may be nice to have somebody who loves us and thinks we're pretty cool, but you know what? Being that most of us are still asleep in some respects and not fully conscious, giving that person power to determine our value and who we are, or any other source, the stock market, our 401ks, our bosses, those are the golden calves of our lives that we build because we need a rigid box of security when there is no such thing. It's a complete illusion. It's not an illusion. It is an insane delusion. And it will always, always, always fail. It will always fail. Thank God it fails. If you're scared to death and you believe your value comes from making so much money, you will have it fail eventually, because you need to know that your value doesn't come from money. You know, if all your value comes from somebody telling you you're enough every day, it will fail. They'll get tired of telling you you're enough, and they'll have a bad day, and it will fail, so that you can learn that your value comes from no one but that source. Significant for those that are taking the course, you talked about seeing physical changes and things that happen. Every course, every program that is facilitated, this Alchem Energy Codex, we have people that are completely losing the desire for tobacco and other addictions, and they never return. They completely quit, and it never returns. You know, all these physiological changes, weight drops off without effort, because there's an alignment that's taking place with who they are. That is the restoration. That is and it is also the rejuvenation of the physical body. Our physical body becomes more and more beautiful and more light-filled, because light, truth, and love are all synonymous on a spiritual level, on an emotional level, on a scientific level, on a physiological level. The person who increases in consciousness, their body becomes more and more beautiful. And I've had people actually do testing of this. As they're going through the course, people are drawn to them. Little children are drawn to them. Animals are drawn to them. They can walk in a place that all eyes turn on them, because they are emanating a light that people are not conscious that is happening, and yet they don't know why
they don't know what they're attracted to.
I recognize it, because there's this light that emanates from the cells, from the cells of the body. So it's beautiful and it's significant. And this has everything to do with the sacred symbols, the secret symbols that they're so secret that every mason and every carpenter use them right now, which is perfect, which is funny.
You know, when you're trying to hide something, the best thing to do is to put it right in front of people's faces. Lily and I were joking about that, because we were watching this movie, you know, Practical Magic, and there was a place there where the cop asked her, "Did you kill him?" And she goes, "Oh yeah, twice." And that was absolutely the truth, a couple of times, and he didn't believe her. You know, so it's like when you're honest and totally sincere,
the ego can't understand.
The ego can't understand it and
they won't believe it. So all you have to do is, you know, tell the truth, and people won't believe you because it's too sensational. It's too amazing, right? And so here you've got this sacred symbols. These have been the secrets throughout history. The Masons, you know, the Knights Templar protected them with their lives and died for it, and the Masons hid them. In the beginning, what happened was